Welcome back to Put You On. My name is Michael. I'm here with my dad.
Hey everyone, it's Mike.
And today we're listening to the 6th album from Taylor Swift's Reputation from 2017.
There's more?
There's always more. So this is pretty much a direct follow-up to the last Taylor Swift thing we did, which was Miss Americana, which took place around the time of the making of this album. This was the part, if you remember in the documentary, where she had disappeared for a while. She took a year off media and shows after the Kanye incident. She kind of went away and did her own thing for a while, then came back out of her silence, out of her sort of hiatus with this album, with no media, no buildup.
Right.
Which was the first time in her career she had ever done that. She had never done no media or a big rollout. Because, you know, we got a small glimpse in the documentary of the personal things she was going through and how it was affecting her physical and mental health at the time, all the drama and controversy and stuff like that, which we talk about a lot, not even just for Taylor, for so many different artists, about how that can affect how they act, how they create.
Whether you bounce back or not, do you use your medium for, you know, as an outlet for it, or do you ignore it and just keep, you know, making your music? So
we have heard a couple songs from here just because of not only that documentary that we watched recently, but the Eras
concert
tour
video,
and they seem to all be in this style of, you know, a more aggressive, more up-tempo, which I know for sure, especially at this time, was a big shift in her music. She had never gone anywhere near that direction before. It just so happens that not only Jack Antonoff, who we know has worked with her a lot, did a lot of the production on here, but also Max Martin, which has done a large chunk of the Ariana Grande albums,
just finished,
including the one that we just did. So we both enjoy his production a lot. So now they teamed up. So, and we know he makes more, you know, a lot of more up-tempo or driving production. So I'm curious to see how it'll sound. I probably know the songs that you know, the ones that we heard.
So this isn't her version album yet?
No, so this was actually the last album that she had on this record label, but I don't think she's gotten to that Taylor's version of this yet. I think we're still...
she's working.
Well, because the last one she did was 1989, Taylor's version, which we did. That was the album before this.
Okay.
So the next one, assuming she keeps going in order,
theoretically, this would be
this.
The album cover is pretty black and white. I mean, it is black and white.
But it has these sort of like newspaper style with headlines, which is fitting for...
And she doesn't look overly happy at all. She
probably
looks,
the most dry, serious.
Like cover. Almost like, you know,
like
staring you down.
Yeah.
Like a stare down. So
I've heard so much about this album. Obviously, of course, like any Taylor album, it's been requested endless times. So I'm curious, outside of the tracks that I've heard, how it'll sound. So we both have heard this first one. It's called Ready For It. Max Martin. Production.
Wow, you could tell.
You can tell with those big buzzes.
Knew he was a killer. First time that I saw him. Wonder how many girls he had loved and left haunted. But if he's a ghost, then I can be a phantom, holding him for ransom. Some boys are trying too hard. He don't try at all though. Younger than my exes, but he act like such a man. So I see nothing better. I keep him forever, like a vendetta. I see how this is gonna go. Touch me and you'll never be alone. In the middle of the night, in my dreams, I know I'm gonna be with you, so I'll take my time. Are you ready for it?
Sounds like a cougar or something.
Stealing hearts and running off and never saying sorry. But if I'm a thief, then he can join the heist and we'll move to an island. never be alone. Island breeze and lights down low. No one has to know. In the middle of the night, in my dreams, you should see the things we do, baby. Are you ready for it?
On second listen, knowing that we'd heard it before.
Yeah.
Well, you go first.
Why?
You go first.
Oh, you can. It's both our first experience.
I think I that's about as close to a Flex song as I think I've heard her do, where she's all about, her prowess and her conquests. But it's almost like she can't help but switch to that
in the middle of the night.
The pretty thing, like you said, the pretty bridge.
Yeah.
Which, in a way, I would have liked. I would have liked that song without it, but I get it being there because it after seeing the documentary, you really get the impression that, how good a person she is.
Yeah.
And she goes from being this conquest vixen to something pretty, like in my dreams, you should see what I do and, how I think about you. It's really stark, and how it dips from like to like what could be its own. It felt like that light part could have been its own version of this song, but she leads with the effects and the booms and the.
I think it's a good intro though, because it's like you're saying, we saw so much of what that was like behind the scenes in that.
Oh, definitely.
So I feel like it's
song.
like she doesn't want to be backed into this corner, but she is. So it's like, you know what I mean? She's fighting back.
The tiger comes out
she's like,
fighting.
I didn't. You can tell she didn't pick
the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just kind of like, well, I gotta push back a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna make a song that's pleasing to the ears.
Yeah, I liked it.
I wonder how that was for a first time listen of the album as a Taylor fan. From what I know, I've never heard this before, and I never even knew of its existence until looking at this track list. I mean, I love Future. You're starting to get accustomed to him from what you've heard.
Right.
So I have no clue how this
We've never listened to an Ed Sheeran album.
No, or Future. But you've heard them both.
Correct.
On other projects. But yeah, let's see. This is Endgame. Curious by this one.
I wanna be your endgame. I wanna be your first string.
Taylor Swift and Future. I would have never thought that would thing.
I wanna be your endgame. Big reputation.
Max Mark.
Oh, you and me, we got big reputations. And you heard about me. Oh, I got some big enemies. Big reputation. Oh, you and me would be a big conversation. And I heard about you. Oh, you like
I mean, she's both songs are very guttural from her voice.
Yeah.
Whenever you need me. I don't wanna hurt you. I just wanna be drinking on the beach with you all over me. I know what they all say. But I ain't tryna play. I wanna be your endgame. I wanna be your first string. I wanna be your 18.
For all your beautiful traits and the way you do it with these.
Ed Sheeran rapping.
I mean, spitting.
I made mistakes and made some choices that's hard to deny. After the storm, something was born.
Sounds a little Justin Bieber-y. Yeah? I'm not there.
I don't wanna touch you. I don't wanna be just another ex-love you don't wanna see. I don't wanna miss you. I don't wanna miss you. Wanna be your 18. I wanna be your endgame. Wanna be your endgame. I wanna be your first string. I wanna be your 18. I wanna be your endgame.
Wow. I'm still tripping hearing Future ad-libs on a Taylor Swift song. It's crazy.
What'd you think?
I liked it. Remember how we said again, I'm not comparing this to Ariana, but we literally just listened to a Max Martin
Right.
produced record. We said a lot of those had like a hip hop style drum patterns.
influence. Yeah.
So this totally sounds like that. And then to have Future kind of make sense on a song like that.
Yeah, and hindsight being what it is, as much as we really, really enjoyed the Ariana Grande album, now you have to look at this and say, well, you know, did Taylor open the door for that too? Because she showed,
right, this was 7 years ago.
right? She showed already on 2 tracks, I can go with the booming sound, I can bring a rapper on, I can be, you know, the director of what I care about and what I don't care about.
Yeah.
But still having the nice image of, you know, I want to be the end game. I want to be the last one you're with. I want to be your A team. I want to be your number one. I want to be on the beach, you know, alone. Like, I still like those things.
Yeah, she still has that innocence
But
behind it.
but you and I have a reputation, and is that really who we are? No. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I can hear it.
Track 3 is called I Did Something Bad.
I never trust a narcissist, but they love me. So I play them like a violin, and I make it look oh so easy. Cause for every lie I tell them, they tell me 3. This is how the world works. Now all he thinks about is me. I can feel the flames on my skin, crimson red paint on my lips. If a man talks shit, then I owe him nothing. I don't regret it one bit, cause he had it coming. They say I did something bad, then why's it feel so good? They say I did something bad, then why's it feel so good? Most fun I ever had.
About as close to rage as I think,
Wow.
you know, you're going to get.
I never trust a playboy, but they love me. So I fly them all around the world, and I let them think they saved me. They never see it coming, what I do next. If I could, it just felt so good, good. It just felt so good. They're burning all the witches, even if you aren't one.
Even a little bit of auto-tune there, too.
They got their pitchforks and proof. Their
Very
receipts and reasons. They're burning
180 of
all
what
the witches,
was
even
before
if
this.
you aren't one. Does it feel so good? Good. So good. Does it feel so good? Does it
Nice
feel-
break.
Does it feel so good?
Yeah, I thought it was going to end right on that.
Just felt so good, good.
Wow, that song's badass. Wow.
Very.
Wow. I don't know why I'm saying I'm surprised. I mean, if it were to sound like the intro track, I just didn't think it would go this. I mean, she's really going for the.
I would have liked to have seen this one in the concert.
Oh, man. I know. Me too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a...
It wasn't, right? I feel like I would have remembered that. But I don't know. It was very long. Maybe it was, but I don't remember that. I don't remember hearing it.
Don't crucify us if we heard it, but I don't think so.
I mean, well, we
Maybe?
definitely didn't hear the studio version. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So maybe it sounded different if she did.
I mean, wow.
What?
just-
I don't even know what to say. That's
So
like,
aggressive. Normally when I listen to stuff, I have a sense of what it reminds me of or who I'm hearing, but not that time. That was so unique. Very, like you said, I loved the chorus, you know, where she kept her voice really low and again and again and again and again. You know, that was great.
and that drop is so like off kilter, like the
Yeah.
like the pulling of the track 4 is called "Don't Blame Me."
Don't blame me, love made me crazy. If it doesn't, you ain't doing it right. Lord, say save me, my drug is my baby. I'd be using for the rest of my life.
Maybe we did hear this one on the tour because this is sounding very familiar.
When it right. Lord, save me, my drug is my baby. I'd be using for the rest of my life.
It's hard to keep track at this point, what we heard or not.
I've been breaking hearts a long time and toying with them older guys just to play things for me to use.
I don't think so.
Or maybe I've just heard it personally somewhere.
Happened for the first time and lose my mind. They say she's gone too far this time. Don't blame me, love made me crazy. If it doesn't, you ain't doing it right. Lord, save me, my drug is my baby. I'll be using for the rest of my life. Don't blame me, love made me crazy. If it doesn't, you ain't doing it right. Oh, Lord, save me, my drug is my baby. I'll be using for the rest of my life. My name is whatever you decide.
This is good.
I'm just
I love
gonna
those
call you mine. I'm insane, but I'm your
floaty synths.
Oh, Lord, save me, my drug is my baby. I'll be using for the rest of my life. I get so high, oh, every time you're loving me. Trip of my life, oh, every time you're touching me. Every time you're loving me.
I like the.
Oh, Lord, save me, my drug is my baby. I'll be using for the rest of my life. Oh, don't blame me, love made me crazy. If it doesn't, you ain't doing it right. I'll be using for the rest of my life.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, using her voice as its own choir is amazing. You know, that those could have been, I've heard songs like that where you bring in a choir to do the backing, but it's just her, you know, but she sounds like her own choir.
Wow.
And the power behind these tunes is, you know, you started the introduction by saying, you know, how she would handle it, like how would it be addressed, but you can tell that it's been inspired by some type, it being fueled by
Hurt,
anger.
Yeah.
And while the songs may not be angry, the force of the songs feel like someone very pissed off.
There's a lot of passion behind the vocals that are and the words that are being spoken. Sung.
Yeah.
Track 5 is called Delicate.
This ain't for the best. My reputation's never been worse, so
We definitely heard this on 100% on the tour.
we can't make any promises now.
I'm not admitting anything. I'm just going to listen.
I
People
know
are
we
going
heard
to
this.
fact
No, I
check
know.
us, and you're going to
You
get
can fact check
screwed.
it. I know we heard this on the tour. I know we did.
Phone lights at my nightstand in
Yeah.
the black. Come here, you can meet me in the back. Dark jeans and your Nikes, look at you. Oh damn, never seen that color blue. Just think of the fun things we could do. 'Cause I like it. This ain't for the best. My reputation's never been
A lot of color references again, the red lipstick,
Yeah.
the blue.
Echoes of your footsteps on the stairs. Stay here, honey, I don't wanna share. 'Cause I like it. This ain't for the best. My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me.
Like those lyrics.
We can't make any promises now, can we, babe? But you can make me dream. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it chill that
This
you're
feels
in
like a
my
rap.
head? 'Cause I know that it's delicate.
Yeah.
Right?
But just pretty.
Yeah.
Cool that I said all that. Is it too soon to do this yet? 'Cause I know that it's delicate. Sometimes when I look into your eyes, I pretend
great track.
Yeah.
Another great track.
In keeping with the seriousness,
Yeah.
right? It's all very serious. You're
Yeah.
not hearing high notes. You're not hearing acoustic anything. These are all power songs.
Powerful. Even that one being a little softer
When
sound-wise. It's
when
still,
she says the word delicate, her voice goes up a little, but it's almost like an afterthought. Is it too soon? Am I being too delicate?
Yeah.
And then boom, 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 boom.
and I
boom.
love the, is it for the best? My reputation's never been worse. So you must like me for me. That's great.
Yeah, I mean,
You could tell. I mean, it's a great audio capture of where
very
she clearly was
consistent
at this point
Absolutely.
in her life.
Absolutely.
Track 6 is "Look What You Made Me." Look what you made me do, which we definitely also heard. Listen, they can.
You got to
fact
stop
check it.
saying it.
I know we heard these,
Just say it.
I know we
Next
heard
one
these.
is "Look What You Made Me Do."
or I'll say this is the other song that I know for sure that I've heard.
Okay.
I don't like your little games. Don't like your tilted stage. The role you made me
Whispered
play.
in the mic.
The fool. No, I don't like you. I don't like your
It's whispering, but it's like,
crime.
don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
You
From
laugh
the gut.
when
Yeah.
you lie. I check it once, then I check it twice. Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
I remember
Look
it.
what you just made me do. Look what you just made me. Ooh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you
'Cause we
just
went,
made me
that's
do. Look
intriguing.
what you just made me do.
That's an interesting sound.
Don't like your kingdom cake.
Definitely fits in this
Once belonged
yeah.
to me.
album so far.
You asked me for a place to
She's like,
sleep.
Jack, give me a few piano keys, but then
Then
I got this. Wow. It's like
it's
like Missy Elliott stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then the world moves on, but one thing's for sure. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams. I don't trust nobody.
Like this as
Nobody
well.
trusts me.
I'll be your
I'll
actor.
be the actress
Yeah.
starring
You hear
Then
the
I'll cut your throat.
I don't trust nobody.
backing vocals are whispered though. They're
I
darker.
mean, it's like she's got a whole choir behind her.
In your bad dreams.
All right, Jack's keeping up here.
Taylor can't come to the phone right now. Why? Oh, because she's dead.
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do.
I mean, the animal in her is like
Wow.
something
We've-
we've never
it's like,
experienced back to back to back.
No, we've heard, there's been like couple moments right here and there where we've said like, oh, I'd like to hear her
She'll slip one
go
in.
more into that.
You got it.
This
Boom.
is like
I mean,
going way above.
yeah. I mean, you've heard, she's
That's
used.
badass.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just the sound is just so animal like,
And then even
and sexy. She's being sexy. There's no vulnerability here at all. At all. I mean, every song is her being the
Alpha.
dominator.
yeah.
The aggressor.
Wow. Even straight up saying the
Yeah.
Taylor,
She's
I
not
killed the
here.
old Taylor. Sorry.
She's not here. She's dead.
I mean, you had us convinced already, but that's like, see. So now I wonder, as we approach the halfway, do we
Oof.
go
It's a
full throttle?
I don't know,
15,
man.
or does
it's a pedal to the metal
So far,
ride
it's
so
been-
far.
straight gas?
I could use a breather.
In my guess, I would say there has to be a point where she.
That has to be
I would
one.
say, but listen,
Maybe on 13, whatever 13 is.
yeah, maybe towards the back end. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh,
enjoyable.
but it's hard to believe
it's
that she could
grooving.
keep up the pace of consistent.
That high energy is.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So track 7 is So It Goes. All right, what do we got? Jack or Max? Roll the dice.
I'm gonna go with Jack again.
Back to Max.
Oh,
So mainly Max Martin so far.
Okay, good. Because that last one was pretty.
In the dark, all eyes on you, my magician. All eyes on us. You make everyone disappear and cut me into pieces. Gold cage hostage to my feelings. Pieces fall right into place. Getting caught up in a moment. Lipstick on your face. So it goes. I'm yours to keep and I'm yours to lose. You know I'm not a bad girl, but I do bad things with you. So it goes. Met you in a bar. All eyes on me, your illusionist. But I got your heart.
Such distant.
Very
distant
But
vocal.
then it comes right back when she gets a little bit
Pulls back
heavier.
in. Yeah.
Get you alone, it's so simple. 'Cause baby, I know what you know. We can feel it. And all the pieces
She's back.
Yeah.
right into place.
Wow, this is wild album.
Getting caught up in a moment. You did a number on me, but honestly, baby, who's
I don't think I've ever
counting?
heard that in a song, that lyric.
Who's counting?
You did a number on me, but who's counting?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And all the pieces fall right
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
place. Getting caught up
It's almost one of those ones that's like, you'd think that'd be right at the tip of someone's tongue as a
Yeah.
writer.
Yeah.
But I've never
No.
heard it put like that.
and I'm yours to lose. Down your back now. So it goes.
Wow.
I mean, again, very animalistic. You know,
Yeah.
the scratches down your back.
Not a bad girl, but do bad things with you.
While it was a little bit of a breather come down, it still
had that-
a driving
That big beat, that big drum hook.
and the big dominating femaleness
yeah.
of what she's, you know, not being second fiddle to anybody.
It's kind of very satisfying because there's been, like I said, there's been so many that we've done that we're like, ah, man, I wish we would have got another. I wish you would have kept going with that.
Or not only that, where maybe we didn't know the context, and
Maybe that's
And
has to be an aspect of it too.
but there's not a lot of mystery here. You're
Right.
hearing, right? So if all we knew was that she went through a bad time or a breakup, or this was right after Kanye, if that's all you knew, then you get it
this is
without knowing
displaying-
that she went into isolation or had a really tough time. You'd say, okay, you know, I get it. It's a reaction.
Track 8 is called Gorgeous.
You should think about the consequence of your magnetic field being a little too strong. And I got a boyfriend, he's older than us. He's in the club doing I don't know what. You're so cool, it makes me hate you so much. I hate you so much. Whiskey on ice, sunset and vine. And I'm so furious at you for making me feel this way. But what can I say? You're gorgeous. You should take it as a compliment that I'm talking to everyone here but you. And you should think about the consequence of you touching my hand in a darkened room. You're so gorgeous. I can't say anything to you.
The lightest so far.
Definitely. The most pop.
Yes.
Most pop song.
By far.
And I'm so furious at you for making me feel this way. But what can I say? You're gorgeous.
You can almost tell shift in her voice for
Yep.
right?
A little
Like
more
the-
light, very.
A
little more brightness to it.
And more about the guy.
Right.
More about me falling into your
Yeah.
world. Interesting.
I hate more than what I can't have. You are so gorgeous, it makes me so mad. You're gorgeous. You make me so happy, it turns back to sad. There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have. You are so gorgeous, it makes me so mad. You're gorgeous.
I mean, I love that she found this point in the album to, dedicate a song to me. I think that's just so special.
A little bit of a shift here because
Yeah.
it's so aggressive. Not even aggressive, but it's so full throttle for the past, first half of tracks.
But it feels like as hard as she was going, it feels like, oh wait, I got this one in my head. This one's good.
Yeah.
And let me get it in there. So maybe now we're going to
maybe
the
second
shift.
half. Yeah. It's like, hey, I got this shit to get off.
I'm still the master of pop. So
yeah. Track 9 is called Getaway Car. And we're back to Jackie Boy, Jack Antonoff.
No, nothing good starts in a getaway car. It was the
Daft Punk.
No, we saw them making this song in the documentary when she's sitting there with Jack and she's writing it and she's reading the lyrics.
That's the one I was thinking of where they high-fived each other. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
So this is the song.
All right.
Where she was like,
yeah, she kept playing it, and she would
like,
step
great.
off for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
that
song.
was a good moment.
Yeah. Okay, so cool. So we get to hear the studio.
It was the best of times, the worst of crimes. I struck a match and blew your mind, but I didn't mean it, and you didn't see it.
That's a good line. Struck a match and blew your
The
mind.
ties were black, the lies were white, and shades of gray and candlelight.
The ties are black, lies are white.
I
Gray.
needed a reason. X marks the spot where we fell apart. He poisoned the well, I was lying to myself. I knew it from the first old-fashioned. We were cursed, we never had a shotgun shot in the dark. You were driving the getaway car, we were flying, but we never get far. Don't pretend it's such a mystery. Think about the place where you first met me. Riding in a getaway car. We were jet set, Bonnie and Clyde, until I switched to the other side, to the other side. It's no surprise I turned you in.
She's doing those choir vocals a lot in this album.
Gorgeous.
I'm in a getaway car. I left you in the motel bar, put
the
the
strings
money in
from
a
Jack.
bag and I stole the keys. In a getaway car, I was dying. In a getaway car, said goodbye. In a getaway car.
Oh, that one gave me chills, man.
It's
Holy moly.
it feels like a older pop song, like a 80s. You know what I mean? Like
It's in that vein. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I could see that being from
A clear music video driven.
yeah, or
song.
even like U2 a little bit.
Yeah. Very MTV-ish.
But the vocal effects work so well there.
her
like
voice-
the little reverb, and
Her
the
voice
chorus
throughout,
vocals.
her characteristic sound of her voice, when she speaks, when she breaks, when she shifts, alto, you
Yeah.
name it. She threw everything in on that one vocally.
Track 10 is King of My Heart.
Maybe this one's for you.
I'm
I had my song. Now you.
Oh, okay.
I'm
not the king of her heart.
I'm better off being alone. We met a few weeks ago. Now you try on calling me, baby, like trying on clothes. You move to me, I'm your American queen, and you move to me like I'm a Motown bee, and we rule the kingdom inside my room. It's all the boys in their expensive cars, with the Range Rovers and the Jaguars. Never took me quite where you do. King of my heart, body and soul. And all at once, I've been waiting. And all at once, you are the one I've been waiting. Body and soul. And all at once. Late in the night, the city's asleep. Your love is a secret I'm hoping, dreaming, dying to keep. Waiting.
Speak of primal drum.
Very. Oh my
At
goodness.
the beginning.
Is
Yeah.
this the end of all the endings? My broken bones are mending with all these nights we're spending.
I I mean, it's so wild how she can just fit on a sound like this. I wouldn't expect her to be able to be honest, but she tends to prove us wrong, or me wrong. Taylor.
I wasn't sure at first if I was gonna like it.
Me neither. The first like 40 seconds.
Yeah, and I almost felt like you jinxed it because you just, how I usually do that.
I was just saying there hasn't been a single. I was like,
there it is.
No,
that
but
might be a skip.
Once that drum started to build
and her
vocal
voice
started to
and the auto, I mean, it just
ramp up,
made it again like something I've never heard. There's no comparison to it. Doesn't remind me of anything else.
Dancing with Our Hands Tied.
That's better than Dancing with Your Feet Tied.
That'll be difficult.
Doing
the worm.
Oh.
First sight, yeah, we love without reason. Oh, 25 years old. Oh, how were you to know it? My love had been frozen. Deep blue, but you painted me golden. People started talking, putting us through our paces. I know there was no one in the world who could take it. I had a bad feeling, but we were dancing. Dancing with our hands tied, yeah, we were dancing.
Wow.
Like it was the first time, yeah, we were dancing.
I mean, it's just like a total house house dance.
Even with the
track. That's crazy.
And I had a bad feeling. Say that we got it. I'm a mess, but I'm the mess that you wanted. Oh, 'cause it's gravity. Oh, keeping you with me. I could've spent forever with your hands in my pockets. Picture of your face in an invisible locket. You said there was nothing in the world that could stop it. I had a bad feeling.
Man, she's hitting these
Oh my God.
classic, not only that, but the classic lines. I could live forever with your hand in my pocket. I mean, that's a great visual.
First time. I hold you as the water rushes in. If I could dance with you again.
And still clever lyrics too, man.
Yeah.
Hands up, yeah, we were dancing. Like it was the first time, yeah, we were dancing. Dancing with our hands tied, yeah, we were dancing. Hands tied.
Yeah, your description 100% nailed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time.
That's right in your alley.
Wow. I mean,
That's in your lane.
yeah, it's such a broken record thing. I feel like unless it's your first time watching us do Taylor, but it just blows my mind how like she's touched down in almost every modern genre
on this, which
in
is
the
how
pop
many years
spectrum,
old?
in the folk spectrum.
And how many years old is this one?
7 years ago.
It's great.
Like
It's like she's predicting. It's like you're right.
And it sounds like it sounds like if
someone told us this was the newest
you had
album,
never heard Taylor Swift in your life,
right?
and you had no clue who she was somehow, which again, that's impossible. Well, let's say hypothetically, because everyone knows who she is.
Right.
If someone played you that song and said, "Oh yeah, she was featured on this house song, this dance song. She does a whole bunch of dance tracks and house EDM tracks." You'd be like, "Okay, yeah, she sounds great."
She's gonna be great. Yeah.
Not like, "Oh, this is an artist that's making an attempt to." What I'm trying to say is like, even when she touches in these genres, she usually doesn't. It sounds like she's been doing it for years and years and years. Even if this is the first time she's
I get it.
put out the attempt.
That type. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound like
it doesn't
that
feel like
doesn't
she's
fit.
dipping
She's
her
not-
toe in the water. She
Yeah,
feels
like
like
she's trying to do something.
I've
not
done
really
this
working.
several times. Yeah.
I don't know. And like you're saying, still having Taylor's great storytelling,
colors,
songwriting,
The lyrics. Yeah.
but then putting it over, meshing it with this electronic style.
Yeah. And not only if you hadn't heard her before, but if we walked in here and you told me nothing else except I have Taylor's brand new album that came out today, and I'm going to play it for you now. I would believe that this is as new as
it sounds fresh.
yesterday.
It sounds brand new. So back to Jack.
Okay.
Another little sprinkle of Jack here.
Are we up to what's
Track
it?
12.
12.
It's called Dress.
Our secret moments in a crowded room. They got no idea about me and you. There is an indentation in the shape of you. Made your mark on me, a golden tattoo. All of this silence and patience, pining in anticipation. My hands are shaking from holding back from you. Say my name and everything just stops. I don't want you like a best friend.
Back up here now.
Only about this dress so you
With the
could
vocals.
take it off. Take it off. Carve your name into my bedpost. 'Cause I don't want you like a best friend. Only about this dress so you could take it off. Take it off. Inescapable. I'm not even gonna try. And if I get burned, at least we were electrified.
Even that doesn't seem like a line she would have put in a hook in albums
It's
that
very sexual, very
right? Like,
yeah.
it's not
very.
it's not subliminal at all.
No,
It's
it's very. I'm yours. Yeah.
it's like even the prettier, lighter ones, like still more explicit than what I would remember her previous albums before this.
So you can see this is not young Taylor. This is a grown woman
Your
now.
buzz cut and my hair bleeds. Even in my worst times, you can see the best of me. There is an indentation in the shape of you. Only about this dress so you could take it off. You made your mark on me, golden tattoo. Only about this dress so you could take it off.
Fantastic. I think if anything, I mean, we were joking, but I think if anything, it just shows how clearly in tune she is with just what's being made. You know, like even those little hints of that rap element, like the flows and the breaks, like even though it's, you know, it's not a rap song at all, but I think it just shows. And I know from her fans telling me and stuff that she is big into hip hop,
Yeah,
which is something you wouldn't expect, but
Right. It's like
huge hip hop.
it's
lover.
it's evident of her lover of music. Like this is someone
That's-
who
yeah, that's what I was
doesn't.
trying to say.
She's not just into her music. I mean, yeah, every artist has their own favorite, you know, desert island discs that they would
Right.
want to go and could never be without listening to. But she's pulling out all the stops on this album.
Yeah.
Because aside from the chorus on that song, that was the most lyric heavy. I think if you go back and look at the lyrics of that,
Oh,
they were
extensive verses.
they were great use of the vocabulary, wordplay was awesome.
And you know how you were saying how like this album is like her most like standing feet planted, not like shying away.
No,
or-
confidence is huge.
I mean, especially this, like in a sexier, more erotic track, like not tiptoeing around the.
No, there's
Like,
no.
it's like talking directly.
It's not girl next door imagery.
No,
It's
this is like, I bought this dress so you could take it off.
like standing there, like, you know.
Like, yeah.
Right.
Track 13 is called.
13.
Here we go. Special.
Got to be special.
This is why we can't have nice things. So the longest title. No
many-
production credits.
How many parents have said that to their kids when they broke some shit? This is why we don't have nice things.
But written by Taylor and Jack, but no production
Interesting.
credits. What?
It was so nice throwing big parties, jumping to the pool from the balcony. Everyone swimming in a champagne sea. And there are no rules when you show up here.
Wow.
I'm shaking my head.
It was like a fucking opera.
Unlocking the gates. This is why we can't have nice things, darling. Because you break them, I had to take them away. This is why we can't have nice
Like talking to a kid.
Did you think I wouldn't hear all the things you said about me? This is why we can't have nice things. It was so nice being friends again. There I was giving you a second chance, but you stabbed me in the back while shaking my hand. This is why we can't have
She's almost saying like, you fucking
toast to
idiot.
my real friends. They don't care about that he said, she said. And here's to my baby. He ain't reading what they call me lately. And here's to my mama. Had to listen to all this drama. And here's to you. 'Cause forgiveness is a nice thing to do. I can't even say it with a straight face. This is why we can't have nice things, darling. Because you break them, I had to take them. And here's to my baby. Nice things. They didn't care about that he said, she said. Did you think I wouldn't hear all the things he said about me? This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh shit. I was lost.
I will say that might be the first time I'm gonna compare her to something that felt a little Avril.
Yeah, I mean it had that like rocker,
Yeah,
that punk element.
just the way she, how Avril does that.
That's such a fun song though.
I mean, it was quirky.
It's so fun.
Very quirky, very up and down. It was everywhere. That
Again,
one.
though, track placement wise, I feel like that's perfect. Coming towards the end of the album now, it's like it's had a pretty serious tone throughout, regardless of it being intense or soft. That was like
maybe
the
that's
one.
why it was 13.
That was the one nice like. All right, just her in the studio.
Let's just go have a good
having
time.
fun, being a little silly. Track 14 is "Call It What You Want," produced by. It's not showing. Maybe Spotify's just glitching.
Yeah.
It's either Jack or Max. One of the two. I feel like we can kind of tell though. This seems
I
like
think-
Jack. When the strings come in first.
Same with the last one, probably.
Yeah.
My castle crumbled overnight. I brought a knife to a gunfight. They took the crown, but it's alright. All the liars are calling me one. Nobody's heard from me for months. I'm doing better than I ever was. 'Cause my baby's fit like a daydream, walking with his head down. I'm the one he's walking to. So call it what you want, yeah, call it what you want to. My baby's fly like a jet stream, high above the whole scene, loves me like I'm brand new. All the drama queens taking swings, all the jokers dressing up as kings. They fade to nothing when I look at him. And I know I make the same mistakes every time. Bridges burn, I never learn. At least I did one thing right. I did one thing right. I'm laughing with my love, I'm making forwards undercovers, trust him like a brother. Yeah, you know I did one thing right. You don't need to save me, but would you run away with me? Yes, my baby's fit like a daydream, walking with his head down.
Definitely more of a low-key cut, for sure, off the whole album.
More intimate.
Yeah.
Now she's talking about
Really being
bouncing back and how she insulated herself.
Well, clearly she had a big moment of shutting down at this period. but
Right.
It doesn't seem like it has ever deterred her from being completely upfront with relationship stuff or what's going on in her life, which
Right.
when you do that, you're just opening the door to feedback, criticism.
Of course.
So it's like, it's still a respectable thing, I think, to always, because people are always like, oh, you talked about this relationship, you talked about that guy, you talked about this thing. It's like, yeah, but she doesn't have to. She could avoid it and be like, hey, I'm not showing you
I
shit.
could
I'm not
just
talking about
write
shit.
music about someone else.
Totally make stuff up.
and And every time you asked me about it, I could say, nope,
Deny
that wasn't
it.
me. That was, it's just feelings.
Not who she is. She
Yeah.
puts her feelings on.
I mean, I love the
paper.
My flowers came back as thorns,
great.
and I boarded up the windows, and my lover made me a fire to keep me warm. The imagery of, when you face controversy or difficulties, and then just
the sweetness.
How to block it out, like how people block it out.
The walls going up.
Yeah, I might have been innocent, but I came back with thorns. But yet I was able to put up some boards to block this out as best I could. I took a step back. I took some time off. I was with the guy I love. I don't care what you all say, because when I look at him, he's as cool and as fly, and he makes me happy. I mean, that's just,
It's fascinating.
It really is.
Not only the imagery of like putting that up to block it out, but also to protect herself.
Yeah, both.
Like
both ways.
if I get too wrapped up in this and I'm thinking about it every day and interacting with it, I mean, you'll lose your fucking mind. Funny, because I referenced U2 a few tracks back.
Yeah.
And the final track is called New Year's Day.
Oh, no way.
Interesting. Imagine it was just a cover.
There's glitter on the floor after the party. Girls carrying the shoes down in the lobby. Candle wax and Polaroids on the hardwood floor. You and me from the night before, but don't read the last page. But I stay when you're lost and I'm scared and you're turning away. I want your midnights, but I'll be cleaning up bottles with you on New Year's Day. You squeeze my hand 3 times in the back of the taxi. I can tell that it's gonna be a long road. I'll be there if you're the toast of the town, babe. Or if you strike out and you're crawling home. Please don't ever become a stranger whose laugh I could recognize anywhere. Please don't ever become a stranger whose laugh I could recognize anywhere. There's glitter on the floor after the party. Girls carrying the shoes down in the lobby. Candle wax and Polaroids on the hardwood floor. You and me forevermore. Please hold on to the memories. Ever become a stranger whose laugh I could recognize. I will hold on to you.
Oh, gorgeous.
I found my new favorite Taylor
What
album.
a way to end. Yeah, I mean, it was special.
That's a fucking great album.
Yeah.
It's a great closer. Great closer. Wow.
I mean, just the whole package was precise, placed perfectly.
Yeah. Just calculated.
Yes, extremely.
It just makes for such an enjoyable listening experience.
And it's almost like a jumping off, right? At the last one, jumping off to the next album. Like, hey guys, it's new,
like
it's
that
New
morning
Year's,
after, right?
It's New Year's now.
Sun's rising.
We're gonna move forward, wherever it is.
We always do that, right? We were just talking about the memories
And whose laugh would I recognize anywhere?
Megan's for sure. I mean,
100%.
I think anyone in our family would
If
say
you don't
that.
know Megan's laugh,
I mean, if you've watched our
mean,
videos with her,
I've seen her on the top of the Empire State Building in the crowd, and I was able to pick out her voice.
What a gorgeous track. And even
beautiful.
Even that line that repeats the hold on to the memories, they'll hold on to you.
Yeah.
Coming off of such a dark period, it's almost like she's not trying to neglect this period in her life that happened. It's like, I'm still going to hold on to this as being probably such a crucial moment in her life, an important time in her life, as probably painful and hard as it was. You know, this music that came out of it, maybe the connections, like you said, like maybe
The personal
going
growth.
back to my family and
Yeah.
rekindling what's important.
Yeah.
I think that's a great sentiment of not trying to block out even negative memories,
Emotions.
just holding on to them.
Yeah, and your emotions don't, like, so many people numb themselves after
or, you try to
traumatic stuff.
try to delete it.
Sure.
Like the Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You try to.
Oh, perfect.
That's like the polar opposite. You try to delete,
throw away the pictures,
get rid of everything,
burn things,
pretend like it never happened. But
yeah, no,
you can't.
You can't.
And this album is a perfect representation of that. Like, these songs are so present with everything she was going through, all the anger at the beginning, and
then
all the
going out like a lamb.
Man, wow, that's a great fucking project. Really
It really was. For me, I would say the insight made all the difference in the world. Not to say that I wouldn't have had the same reaction if I didn't have the insight.
It just brings the whole
yeah
moment of what this was
right
to terms.
Right. I mean, I wasn't expecting the pedal to the metal.
Those first 6 tracks are nuts
in terms of pace and punch.
so enjoyable in such a different way from how enjoyable these last 7 tracks are.
And the mix in between even is quirky. Like the number 13 was funny. You had the one with the elevator dinging, that was funny. But pop mostly popish. But just the packaging, the placement, the arrangement, the production,
it feels like a
top
very,
notch.
very thorough, complete.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
the
for
master,
everybody
the pop
who
master,
predicted
really.
we would love it,
to
you
all the
were
people
right.
saying, to anyone, there was a good amount of people that were specifically saying,
you were
Reputation
right.
will be your favorite, or you're gonna love it.
You were right.
You were right.
I agree. I agree.
We've mentioned it many times throughout this video, but if you haven't seen, if you want to see us watch
that was
Miss Americana documentary,
a lot of fun.
me, my dad, and my sister, that's on Patreon, as well as the uncut full version of this album, as well as
Don't go to Disney. Come.
as well as I don't know, 10 others. Taylor reactions, the Eras Tour reaction. It's all in a playlist on Patreon. So if you want to go watch all that bonus content for a couple bucks, you can go check that out. If not, if you're new here, subscribe. We do a bunch of Taylor Swift as well as a bunch of other artists. Leave a like on the video. This is a goodbye for us for a long time, but for you guys, we'll be back with a new video next week. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening. See you next week with a new album, new video.
Peace.
Peace.